of people not taking care of their relationships.
Mhm.
He's had wives reject him affection-wise because they are uncomfortable or they don't like it. That's not who they are. I'm sorry, but if you're rejecting someone's affection, your spouse, I don't see how that's going to help your relationship.
Hold on a second, guys. Okay, so Christine revealed in her book, and it's not about her, even though this is pure chaos, but this is pure Kody chaos. We're talking double standards. We're talking garments for Christine and possibly lace for Robyn. It's not making sense. The rules are not adding up. Let's get real. The only thing consistent about Kody's rules are basically that they're a damn mess. Hello, guys, and welcome back. It is so good to see you. I'm trying to figure out, let me put myself right there for now. Welcome back to the mess. We need to discuss this more because we were going over Christine's book, right? We need to go more in depth about the information that Christine's dropping. And I think we're all trying to process some of this, okay? I think we are. And as I like to eloquently say, and you saw it on the thumbnail, the math ain't mathin'. Is it, my people? Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome. The math ain't mathin'. And that's what we're going to try to explore today, okay? Because we've confirmed, even though the by the way, have you guys gotten your book? I see a lot of you getting the book. Well, at least the audio book, right? If you sign up for Audible, I have a link that's pinned. It's also in the description. You guys are getting this. This is what I'm going to do. I guess it's going to be available here soon. But if you click on the link, you're going to get a link to the free audio book. You have a 30-day trial with Audible for all of my listeners, my watchers. Hold on one second. So right there, if you see that red box right there, and then if you pre-order for it, just you'll see it's a $0 for free trial for 30 days. And then if you want to continue Audible, you can do that, but you can cancel it within that 30-day period. And I think it's only like an 8-hour listen or read. So you'll have plenty of days to to listen. And then if you don't want to, you can cancel your membership. Okay. So with that being said, yes, the book is out. Our girl is doing her thing, which we love. And yeah, the math ain't math. And we are trying to dissect a lot of things that are coming out. And in particular, this one, we went over it, but this is just, listen, this comment right here, right? Like I said, we're not doing any slight to any type of religious anything, right? But the point is, we're doing comparisons here. So if he has rules for one of his wives, but not another, that's where I have questions. And like I said, the math ain't mathin'. And we're going to explain why here in a second, right? There's just too many questions, and you guys had excellent comments in the last video. These are things that we just need to go over. These are things that we need to discuss, okay? So yeah, so fine. If that's what he liked, then that's what he liked. And if that's part of their religion, then that's part of their religion. But what's not making sense is I feel like one wife had one way and one wife may have had another. Because Christine, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about just you, or are we talking about all of the wives? Okay. Because my brain, and I don't know if your guys' brains did too, but it immediately short circuited because I just feel like it's like, wait a second. Is this like Kody's psychological warfare? You need to cover yourself up, but he's doing stuff like this. And this is why, seriously, I have receipts today. He's doing stuff like this. Does this make any sense, guys?
Magical. I can't get over that. Every time I look at that picture, I'm like,
Wow.
delicious looking.
I mean, is that a man who, I don't know. This isn't making any sense. The audacity, like, it's just not adding up. That's like you claiming that you're this like vegan, but then I see you out eating a massive steak dinner. Like, it's not making sense. This is the man who, let's not forget, okay, doesn't he get all hot and bothered by like shoulder rubs and stuff like that? Isn't that him? So I don't know, sir. What are we doing here? I have some questions and we're going to go over it. Don't you worry. We need to dissect that stupid honeymoon video a little bit more because some of the questions and comments that you guys had were good. And it leads up to this because we're poking holes in this story, not with Christine, but just like if this is the case, if this is the case, Kody, I don't know. It doesn't seem like he was doing this with Robyn. Okay. Question number one. We already know that according to Christine, Kody liked like massages, right? Um, and I think I don't know if they were full body massages. I'm not sure exactly what it was, right? But he wanted to, I guess that was his way of getting in the mood, right? Is these full body massages. And Christine would want it reciprocated and he would not, right? So here's my question. Um, if you're wearing these full body garments, I'm assuming that he wasn't wearing them and maybe it was just like the wives that were wearing them because how can you have a massage? And trust me, if I sound ignorant, so be it, because I have never worn these garments. So I'm seriously, legitimately having questions. It's just not making sense in my mind. And I'm sure it's not making sense in some of your minds. But here's my question, right? With these full body massages and stuff, or even if it's not a full body massage, if you are wearing clothes and someone is rubbing on your clothes, even after 2 or 3 minutes, that's going to start to hurt. It's going to be like a rug burn. So one person is not going to have clothes. That's just, it seems like common sense, but if I sound crazy, then so be it. But wearing those garments and then doing a full, like a massage on top of that, even if it's not full body, just anywhere on the body for longer than 5 minutes, that's going to hurt. That's going to be chafing, sir. So did he, it just seemed like he didn't really want to even have anything to do with Christine anyway. Remember what she said. She was saying that there was no intimacy, that being with her first time, being with him her first time was painful. There was nothing, no tenderness, nothing, no care, zero, zero. And I just feel like the math ain't mathin'. It's not. Hold on. Melinda, what are you saying? Hold on, really quick. Melinda said, "Good to see you. Thank you for coming in." He doesn't have to touch Christine's skin. He gave up his garments on his honeymoon. Yes, we're gonna go over that too. Don't you worry. Yeah, good. Melinda, I think one of your comments we're gonna be going over. So don't worry, we're gonna be going over that. Agreed. Agreed. Hold on. Hit the like button. Agreed. You guys, please hit the like button as you're coming through. Yes, Mama Cat. Mama Cat said, "Do men have garments?" Both of them. Both sexes have garments. But it's just not making sense. That's what I'm saying. We need to put this puzzle together because it's just not making sense. It's not. So I have more questions, but let's just go over it again under the guise of, well, you know what? Let me just go over this now. Let me just go over this part now before we get into his stupid video. Because we have some retorts. But first, let's just talk about this, okay? And this is why. So you're going to have this, if Kody really does want this chaste woman wearing the garments, either he doesn't want to wear garments, but the women do, so be it. Like I said, if that's their religious preference, so be it. But if you have a religious preference standard for one wife and not another, I think that that's a fair argument to criticize, right? And so it leads me to this. Okay. This. Do you remember Robyn's $30,000 credit card bills? I think they were a combination of like Sears, JCPenney, and Victoria's Secret was on there. And so a lot of people were speculating that most of that came from Victoria's Secret, right? So I just want to bring this out here. Let's just read this. Robyn wasn't always missing in action on social media. She was once quite gabby, and she would also bite back online when fans hit on something that peeved her off. One case in point was how she handled getting slammed online for her debts. Reports put Robyn in credit card debt for $32,000 when she entered the Brown family, and the fans swooned down on her. Reports also indicated that for the family to qualify for the homes in Vegas, they needed to pay off Robyn's debt. This is where this Victoria's Secret thing is coming from, right? Okay. I never saw this, and I'm sure you guys have. This is not new information. It's just relevant information, okay? Very relevant to our questions, to our story, to our sleuthing. And it comes down to this, which I thought I've never seen this before. Are you guys ready? Okay, so Robyn blames Victoria's Secret, those bills. Read this, okay? So in March, she tweeted to the world, I guess. She was like, the Victoria's Secret debt was for long sleeve shirts and longer pants and longer PJs. She was like, I have very long legs. So I had to special order them back then. That debt is paid. People are sure hung up on that. Yeah, why would they not? This family is struggling and they have to pay your bills in order to move. You seem like a mooch back then. And then she replied, this is so snarky, by the way, guys. She was like, I live in a town without a Walmart. When you have some real questions, come back. So that's real Robyn coming out right now, right? And that is a fair point. You guys were saying yesterday, you were like, no. That debt from Victoria's Secret, that came before she was in the family. So be it. Sorry, I'm taking a drink of water. So be it. So maybe, okay, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. You know how we like to play devil's advocate here. Maybe she really did. Maybe it's true. Maybe she lived in a town without Walmart. And so she had to, which is so weird. If you live in a town without Walmart, the only place that you're going to have is a Victoria's Secret to buy your long sleeve shirts and pants and PJs. So basically your entire wardrobe and $32,000 worth. Okay. All right, ma'am. If, don't we have the, oh, thank you for the $5 super chat. On the IMDb app for Special Forces cast for Kody, no. Get the hell out of here. It only lists Robyn and the 5 children. Oh, get out, Amethyst. Are you kidding me? Kody, you are shady as hell for that. Thank you for letting us know, girly. What? Isn't that so him? What are you now right, Melinda? Agreed. What is that about? Amethyst? That's crazy. What are you now like shunning all of your children now? Did something else happen? Weird. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. Thanks for letting us know, girl. Well, Dabsark, that's true. Okay. So, let's give Robyn the benefit of the doubt. There's no Walmart in her town. And so the only option that the woman has, even though her family was her first husband, right? With that family, they were obviously had financial issues, was to run up $32,000 with PJs. What was it? Long sleeve shirts, longer pants, and PJs. Okay. Like if you're struggling, if you get some nice solid pairs of like, a few pairs of pants, a few pairs of shirts that you can mix and match, that would go a long way. You don't need to run up $32,000 worth. Thank you. Okay, Maggie, I think we are in line, Maggie. Thank you for being a member. I seriously, we're on the, as you type that, I think the words had come out of my mouth. Maggie said, I was a single mom raising 2 boys and we found perfect stuff on a budget, secondhand. Robyn needed $100 jeans, but apparently couldn't pay her utilities. Yes, Maggie. And not just $100 jeans, but like $32,000 worth of debt. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, ma'am? Right? Right, guys? Okay. So I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, right? But here's the thing. There's more. Because she's basically saying the only reason she went there is because there was no Walmart, right? And it was shirts, long sleeve pants and PJs. But what about this? Bing. This is years later. This was years later. There were Walmarts around here. Listen to this. There was someone on Facebook that posted, this was years ago. I think this was like 4 years ago. This was during COVID. So like 4 years ago. They said, look who I ran into last night at ding, ding, ding. Look where? Victoria's Secret in Scottsdale, the Fashion Square Mall, with his favorite wife. He came in with his booming voice looking for a bag he'd left behind the night before. Instead of trying to sneak a pic, I asked them for one instead, and he was more than happy to oblige. He did, however, say, we prefer to be socially distanced, just like on the show. So he made me take it as a selfie 6 feet apart, which was so awkward. He was quite friendly, and Robyn was kind of standoffish, and she's surprisingly much taller in person. I asked him what they were doing out of Flagstaff, and he said, there's no shopping spree. Good hiking, but no shopping. I don't even know what that means. I wondered if I should tell him about the for $32 panty sale, but then I remembered he only needs to buy 3 now. I guess that was right around the time that Christine left. So what is this, Robyn? This is really the only place, once again, that you can buy long sleeve pants. What was it? PJs. Where is it? PJs, long sleeve shirts, and long pants? No, ma'am. I'm calling BS on that. So it's religious garb for one and Victoria's Secret for another. Like I said, the math ain't mathing. So here's my question. It's like, why, like Christine had this experience. Can any of the other women vouch for this experience? Because obviously the way that things were with Kody and Janelle, who knew? I think our minds were all blown with how their relationship is. My goodness. When it comes to this whole talk, this category that we're talking about. So if it wasn't a rule for all the wives, and this is a rule for Christine, possibly, I don't see Christine shopping at Victoria's Secret with Kody. Was it intentional to 100% make her feel less than, covered, hidden, unworthy? Right? It's like Christine wasn't supposed to be seen. She was supposed to be adored. She wasn't supposed to be desired. I guess in Kody's eyes, it was functional. She was a womb, a worker, like this invisible partner. And I'm just not having it. So anyway, let's go over this. I have some points, some retorts. So hold on, let's see here. Because I think that this is interesting.
Congratulations on your honeymoon.
Okay. So I have some points that you guys have brought up, and I think that they're interesting, especially when it comes to these garments and lace, and really good points. So there's just a couple. We're not going to do the full video, just things that are relevant. So let's just take this away.
Chris and Victoria, it's Kody Brown from Sister Wives. Hey, congratulations on your honeymoon. Don't know if this is a late honeymoon or if you're just getting married. However, the honeymoon's a huge tell. You got to have a good honeymoon. And I say it's a good tell because I think you can tell on the honeymoon how good the relationship might be in the future. But I can't promise you that. Life is full of change and life is full of unexpected things. So you're going out of the country. That's great. Wish I knew where you're going. But
okay. I need to stop here because it's so funny that Kody is talking about where
my last honeymoon.
Well, no. Because Kody had zero interest in going anywhere with any of the women besides Robyn. When, Kody, did you ever take them anywhere? Right? I mean, and here's the thing, to be fair. Hold on one second, guys. I need to turn on the fan. If you guys can hear the fan, let me know. It's getting hot. Okay. I get it, especially in the early stages of their relationship, right? When I'm talking about all the OG3. Really, Mary? He's looking rough. Okay. Yes, we're gonna have to do that too. We're going over all the drama with that, Kathy. Are you guys gonna be watching the Special Forces show, by the way? Let me know. But anyway, when it comes to back in the beginning of the relationship, I'm not gonna chastise Kody for not taking his wives anywhere in the beginning because they had so many mouths to feed, right? They weren't going to be going on a lot of road trips. It made no sense. That would be nonsensical, kind of like when you have small children and no income and you're running up a $32,000 credit card debt at Victoria's Secret, right? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about after the show had been around for 10, 15 years, the paychecks got bigger, more and more kids moved out of the house, which meant more and more money was lining their wallets, which made their money stretch even longer and farther and wider. Remember, Mary had been begging him to take her to Europe. We already know Janelle quit asking him to do things with her and go places with her. She became her own damn hero. And the same thing with Christine. That's just bull, BS. It's a whole bunch of BS. Okay, so let's just keep going.
My last honeymoon was with Robyn. We'd only known each other for 10 months. We were madly in love. And I made a plan. We didn't have any money. We oh boy. We didn't have any money. I didn't have control of the family money at the time, of course. And so we had a very, very limited budget. And we did do some filming while we were on our honeymoon. We just disappeared with each other. I remember at one point talking on the phone with a wife who was very needy while I was on my honeymoon.
At one point talking on the phone with a wife who was very needy.
Yeah. Okay. We remember this comment, right? You heard it right. We heard it yesterday. I think we were all infuriated by him saying that. And I'm pretty sure that he was talking about Christine, right? And remember, I was asking you guys, how old was Truly during this time? And I got an answer. And thank you for the comment. This is one of the group comments from you guys. Truly was 3 weeks old and he had left for 11 days. He was gone on his honeymoon for 11 days. 11. But your newborn, your 3-week-old newborn, I don't know, your wife wants to give you a call for 2 hours and that's being very needy. Get the hell out of here. Oh, goodness. All right. Let's keep going.
Robyn for about 2 hours, and Robyn didn't have any money. And we were at Disneyland. She's just wandering around, waiting for me to get off the phone. What an interesting experience.
Yeah, well, what an interesting experience. I'm sorry that while you're at Disneyland, your wife that just had your baby and 3-week-old wants to talk to you. And I'm sorry that she has to walk around Fantasyland by herself for 2 hours. Okay. Seriously? This is just infuriating. And it makes even going over this in detail with this information is just irking me. It's just irking me.
For you guys, I hope that you've got a good plan, make a good plan, and then give yourself tons of space to just get lost in each other.
I hate to say this, but in the beginning of your marriage, you were physically taken care of.
It was,
But in the end, the sex got
no.
Right? Okay, so here's Kody talking about you guys need to be together and be one with each other. The weird thing is, Christine, I guess she was just being nice here. Maybe she hadn't decided to make the tell-all book at this time because she was like, yeah, things were okay in the beginning and then it just got bad. No, because she let us know it's been bad since the beginning. It's been bad. No. Oh, Julianne, we did not miss that. Julianne said, you missed how Kody said something like, I didn't have control of the money then. Oh, no, we did not miss that. He actually said that. He actually said that. Which is interesting because he kind of took control, right? They didn't have the money, so he decided to take out one of the credit cards anyway and use it. Who's going to pay for that? Whose money is that anyway? Do you know what I mean? But yes. Oh no, we definitely we caught it. We caught it.
And we were on honeymoon, and we were chaste, non-sexual, prior to the honeymoon.
Sure.
And so it was the new land of discovery, and she was frustrated that I was starving her to death. So I'm sure.
Hold on. Wait. Starving her to death. I mean, are we talking about metaphors here? Kody's talking about the land of discovery. I get that he's making a food reference, but is he discussing more than food? If you know what I'm talking about, because it kind of does, and that's disgusting.
So I'm sure your situation is so vastly different from that. I'd love to give you more history on the entire experience. This is about you guys.
Okay, so before we go on, you guys made some really good points that I want to go over. Yeah, getting lost in each other. This is perfect. Thank you for commenting. One of our people said, yeah, getting lost in each other. You mean you forgot everyone else existed. From that moment on, great point. Touche. I loved that comment. These were like the most thumbs up comments from the last video, and it's so relevant. That's why I wanted to go over it and talk with you guys about it. And this is the #1 rated comment from the last video, and I love this. Okay, listen to this. They said, he treated Christine like a brood mare. How criminal, disgusting, and piggish is that? I'm assuming he did similar things with Janelle. And yes, I know that Janelle indicates on the show, it's simply my observation and conclusion. Once he couldn't have kids with Mary, well, we see how that she was put out to pasture. Then comes along Robyn, and now I'm supposed to think that he's suddenly some great lover? I don't buy it for 1 second. If what I've heard about Christine's book is true, then Christine's book proves Robyn is absolutely acting and manipulating. And Kody is her absolute fool to believe he's great in bed, that he's sexy, that he's a good dad, that he's a good provider, a good friend, that he's a good man, that he's a good anything. Oh my God. Well, I gotta say that one again. That is a sentence. Hold on. And Kody is her absolute fool to believe that he's great in bed, that he's sexy, that he's a good dad, that he's a good provider, that he's a good friend, that he's a good man, that he's a good anything. Oh my God. No wonder that comment got so many thumbs up. And Robyn gets dolls, tacky art for her walls, more walls with a bigger house, ugly jewelry, a TV show money that never had to hold down a damn job. Woo! Agreed. So anyway, I thought that was hilarious. There's a couple more that we need to go over here in a second, but let's just listen to Kody ramble on here. Actually, you know what? Before we finish with him rambling on, let's just go over. Okay, so I don't know. Here's my theory. I just find it. I don't think that Christine's garment story is the same. I don't think that Christine and Robyn have the same garment story. I just don't. And if you guys do know, and if you have experience, let us know, even if you're watching on the replay, because I want to know about the whole massage thing. How would a massage even work under garments like that? Wouldn't your skin hurt? Would it be weird? My other question is, would it be weird for one partner to have the garments on and the other not to? Is this like a both of them thing? This is just not making sense. It's not making sense. It feels like Kody is controlling Christine's sense of worth. If she's covered, she can't feel, well, I don't know. Let's just, you know what? Let's just pull this all the way back to the honeymoon, because remember, Christine described her very first time with Kody. She said it was painful. She said it was tear-filled, that it was humiliating. She said this was new, that she was vulnerable, that she was trusting. He was supposed to be the experienced one, but he couldn't be bothered to slow down. He couldn't be bothered to be gentle. He couldn't give a damn less to make her feel safe. He basically bulldozed her dreams in one night. I don't know. Do you guys actually, I mean, seriously, I really want to know. What do you guys think? Do you think that Kody actually didn't know how damaging this was? Or did he know exactly what the hell he was doing? Do you think that he chose not to care? Because I lean towards choice. Christine, she admitted it herself. She said he knew better. He'd been married before. He's had experience in the past, for years at this point. He had the knowledge, and this man chose to ignore it. And by contrast, him and his dumb stories about Robyn, suddenly it's the longest courtship ever. We got lost in each other. We shared everything. He's practically writing Hallmark cards when he talks about Robyn, but with Christine. Christine's memory is pain. It's modesty. It's humiliation. Do you see the pattern? Christine gets diminished. Robyn gets worshipped. Is it the same with this garment thing, but Victoria's Secret for another? Is it? Like I said, guys, the math ain't mathin'. So what is it? Really? Was this really something that all the wives had to do? I see a pattern, and it's always one person on top and the others getting crumbs. Why would it not be the same in this situation? Why would it not? Let's listen to more of Kody, the Casanova, talking about giving and taking and sharing and receiving and being a Casanova and an absolute gentleman during the honeymoon, which is just, it's infuriating. It really is.
You know what was fortunate about it is we just got lost in each other. And it was a weird thing that other than needing food and a ticket into an amusement park at Disneyland, we...
Oh, wait. Sorry, Sarah K. I didn't see that. Thank you, Sarah K, for the super chat. Why not go shopping at the thrift store? Agreed. That doesn't make any sense, right? And he wants to control the family money. Absolutely. He said it. He said it, Sarah K. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're a sweetheart. Thank you. Okay. So let's continue.
We just got lost in each other. And that was an absolutely precious experience. When you're on your honeymoon, you've got to make it about each other. A place of discovery, a place of learning and understanding and sharing, of giving and taking. And
Sure. Yeah.
The sex was just an
Listen
act.
to this.
Just an act. No real emotion behind it or anything. The sex was never, God, it was just so broken.
It was broken. Did you ever say, Kody, this sucks?
We didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting. Let's just go back to hear what the Casanova said. Remember, Christine's calling him out. This is what I love. Christine's calling him out. Hold on. Go ahead, Casanova. Why is anyone asking this man for advice? Honeymoon advice. These are trolls. That's the only thing that makes sense. You guys are trolls. No one wants your advice, Kody. You're getting paid by trolls.
you've got to make it about each other. A place of discovery, a place of learning and understanding and sharing, of giving and taking. And
the sex was just an act.
Just an act. No real emotion behind it or anything. The sex was never, God, God, it was just so broken.
It was broken. Did you ever say, Kody, this sucks?
We didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
No.
Sharing and receiving. I mean, it's just,
Hold on. Sarah said, let's do a poll on your theory of the pattern. What do you mean? My theory of the pattern. Which, like in what way? Do a poll on my theory of the pattern of give and take and share and receive? Let me know. Let me know, girl. I'm not sure. I'll do a poll, but I don't know what you mean. Kody, the marriage counselor, a theory, a poll on your theory pattern. Kody, the marriage counselor. Okay, you guys, sorry. I'm slow. You're going to have to tell me what the options should be. Tell me the poll question and then the poll subject, because I'm not sure. Julianne said they're supposed to wear their garments during the act. So Kody knew Christine was from the AUB, so she had to follow the rules. He likely insisted on it. Robyn wasn't technically AUB before. But doesn't it sound like, and that's the thing, I cannot wait to get into this. If you guys haven't, by the way, like I said, if you're watching this now, listen, get the Audible, at least for me. Listen, I feel like you're two types of people, or maybe you're a hybrid. You either like reading the physical book or you like listening and doing other things. I'm the latter, or maybe you like a little bit of mix of both. But I know that you could probably get the actual, like, not hard copy, but at least you could read the copy through the Prime link. But this one in particular is for Audible. So make sure there's a link pinned below. Right there, you see in the red box, 0 with the membership trial that I can offer you guys. You'll see this, $0 for 30 days. So that's the trial. So within that 30 days, if you don't want it, just cancel it. Do you know what I mean? That's how I'm going to be doing it. That's how a lot of you. So thank you so much for everyone that has gotten it that way, so we can support your girl, both your girls at the same time. It's great. Okay, so let me go back. I want to see what you guys are saying here. What is that? Okay, so they're supposed to wear their garments. Hold on. They're supposed to wear their garments during the act. So Kody knew. Let's see, let me go like that. There we go. They're supposed to wear their garments during the act. So Kody knew Christine was from the AUB, so she had to follow the rules. He likely insisted on it. That's what I was saying. We got to wait and see the details. I'm hoping that Christine goes into more detail than just this. Like, is there more? Really? Like, that's all that she said? I want the specific details. I want to know if it was it just her? Was this in the beginning? Was this like 10 years into their relationship? Like, those things matter, and it makes a lot of that context like this paints the picture that we're trying to figure out. Do you know what I mean? So that is a good question, Julianne, but like, I just need more information in order to form an opinion. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Let's see. Fifi said, I agree at Melinda Hensley. Janelle and Mary probably won't tell. Mary's embarrassed, and Janelle acts like her experience was different from the others. Yeah, that's why it just seems like. And here's the other thing. Okay, I'm so glad that you guys are saying this, because isn't it interesting? Like, every conversation, every interview that I've seen off the show, on the show, especially early on in the relationship, the women would get very awkward when it came to anything dealing with the bedroom. And they were like, we don't discuss that. We don't talk about that. And if they don't even want to see Kody kiss the other wives in front of each other, I doubt that they're going to be having conversations and having tea across the table talking about, like, did he make you wear a garment? I don't think so. So was there ever a time that they verified this? See, that's where I think if Kody knew that, he could play that off the other women. Could he not? Because he knows that they're not going to talk about it. That's just one thing that that's something you don't talk about. Like, you know how you don't talk about politics at the dinner table? I'm sure in that polygamous household, it's like, you don't go there. And that's where I feel like that's another form of control that he was able to do, right? Just my guess. So if he's making Christine do one thing, like, when are they ever going to compare that? Seriously, when are they ever going to compare that? It's not making sense. Unless the other wives come out and be like, yep, that happened to me. But Janelle might be shocked right now. You know? She might be shocked. Julianne said, for that act, AUB women wear garments and it's strictly for procreation. Robyn, the rules were likely different for her. Is that for the honeymoon? Or is that like 10 years into it though? Because I don't know. See, I'm hoping that we get more information from the book. It just is not. The math ain't math-ing. And I sense that I would not be surprised if maybe Janelle or Mary are like, what? He made you do that? Like, not me. Not me. All right, let's finish this moron.
Be so absolutely beautiful. So give yourself the time. If you're going to another country, you're probably going to be touring a lot, but take the time with each other to connect deeply. My courtship with Robyn was the longest courtship I had, 10 months. Not very long in modern terms, but long for me at the time.
Okay, so here he is talking about give and take and sharing and receiving and yada, 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 getting lost in each other. You didn't give anything, right? Christine gave her body and her youth and her loyalty and her trust. You gave her humiliation, gave her rules. You favored another wife, right? And here's where I just think that it's sinister. I think it's super, super sinister. And that's why I'm wondering if he played the women, because he's already done that with everything else, you guys. If you want to see the pattern of future behavior, you look at past behavior, and probably with every single thing: money, time, affection, favor with children. He plays these women. Why would he not do it differently when it came to the bedroom? And remember this, remember the contempt that he has for Christine. This is really what I want you to listen to, because I think it's important.
I think I actually had way more respect for Mary than I did for Janelle, and probably way more respect for Janelle and Mary than I did for Christine.
Think about that in the context of what's happening here. If he's basically telling us that he has the lowest amount of respect out of all of the women, okay, so Robyn is on this pedestal. The other three women he treats like absolute garbage, and Christine is at the bottom of that garbage pile, and her experience is wearing these garments, but Robyn is sitting here, where is she? Robyn is sitting here like this with Victoria's Secret, shopping at Victoria's Secret, right? This. Say it again, Kody.
Was younger, I think I actually had way more respect for Mary than I did for Janelle, and probably way more respect for Janelle and Mary than I did for Christine.
Yep. And we already know, I always thought that Kody had this hidden contempt for Christine because she was that AUB princess. What better way than behind closed doors to just make her feel like absolute dog doo-doo? Here he is.
And I'm so very, very grateful for that experience. And then our honeymoon was long, and that I was very grateful for that experience because it just connected us, gave us that time together. And I wish that for the two of you.
Yeah, I'm sure. You should have wished that for your wife. Because now you're sitting here parading on Cameo, giving honeymoon advice. Instead of Dr. Phil, it's Dr. Kody. Except you do have hair. Sir, you need to sit down. Sit down. This man makes me, he's just infuriating. Oh, Sarah, let me go back. What's the poll? Let me know. Hold on. What poll? Are we doing a poll? Did you guys come up with a poll? Let me go back. I don't see any. Okay, I don't see any. Poll on his give or take behavior with women. Like, I would need options. I guess we'll go ahead and put it in the comment section of like what poll. We'll do it next time because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what poll. Unless it's like true or false. Well, I think we all know that he does. He gives and takes and all of that nonsense. It's infuriating. It's infuriating. So here's where we're at. Christine's book is showing us that piece by piece, Kody's intimacy issues, that it was never about love. This was about ego. Ego. And remember this one. Remember this?
Hey, I got to say something. They've missed something there.
What do they miss?
The great pecs and the six-pack abs was all about the fact that Janelle has always seen me as a physical specimen and as a resource and not ever really dove into my humanity.
Really? So here he is blabbing about humanity, right? Let me put myself here. He's blabbing about that Janelle didn't see him and his humanity. What do you think that is with Christine? What do you think that does to her? Did you see her humanity on that first night? Did you? Did you see her maybe wanting to have romance that night? Not wanting to feel disgusting? Not wanting to feel pain? Where's that humanity? Where's that? Interesting how it's always about you. You. Interesting. Interesting, sir. Okay. So Christine was kept small until she wasn't. Until she walked away. Until she finally said no more. And she found David, thank goodness. Look at them kissing. It just, you know how people were like grossed out with all their PDA? Now it just makes me smile. I don't think I ever had a problem with it. Didn't bother me. But I know people were irked. But now it's just endearing now. Because Kody's ideal of, like his ideal intimacy, I don't know. It just seems like once again another add it to the pile of his stupid double standards. And watching him spew this honeymoon advice like he's some kind of romance expert. Kody, you are disgusting. The irony is so rich, y'all. The audacity is off the charts, guys. Yeah, I know, Miss One. Yeah, no wonder she acted like a teenager, right? Agreed. Agreed. And it just doesn't make sense. And you know what else doesn't make sense? The diesel jeans model thing, like just everything about Kody, how they had to look, the wives had to look a certain way, how he would praise them for wearing makeup like during the camping trip, how they were always getting on, how he gives certain daughters that he thinks have a certain aesthetic more attention or that they're their favorite. Really? And then this whole Victoria's Secret thing, it's just not jiving. And especially this once again. But
they did Robyn's makeup.
I know.
It was magical. I can't get over that. Every time I look at that picture, I'm like,
Wow.
delicious looking.
So gross. So gross. Nasty. Let's do, I think there's one more. Hold on. This is a really good point. Okay. And I think Melinda, I think this was your comment. Said Kody and Robyn had apparently already left the church because they are clearly not wearing garments on their honeymoon, which begs to differ on the so-called premarital chastity. So a lot of times these garments are worn under the clothes. And as you guys know, let me pull up this. Let me just grab it. Let me grab this. As you guys know, I'm getting it ready. Don't you worry. This is not really. There we go. I wouldn't say that this is the pillar of chastity here. Here, it's incoming. It's incoming, guys. Second. Let me pull it up. Here we go. Where is my... Where's my stream? What the hell? Hope you guys are still there. Where the heck is it? Oh, there I am. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I couldn't find my stream. Okay, let me open this. Let me grab it. This is not the... Oh, too many? All right, I'll remove that. Delete. Let me add this again. Really? You're not going to let me use that? That should be enough. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's really not letting me. All right. We did all these. So delete that. Delete that. That should be enough. Come on, computer. There we go. Sorry, guys. All right. This. And then let me put the comment up again. Yeah. This doesn't make sense. The whole chastity thing, the whole garment thing, it's not making sense. It's just not. So let's go back to that comment because it's true. Oh, I just deleted it because I don't have any room. Damn it. Well, anyway, you know what the comment was. Basically that, let me pull it up from here since we can't read it. There. Robyn and Kody had apparently already left the church because they are clearly not wearing garments on their honeymoon. Right? That's really not making sense, is it? It's not. Which begs to differ on the so-called premarital chastity. Yeah. Carolina says it ruled for thee, but not for me. No garments here. Nope. Nope. And like the whole massage thing wasn't Robyn giving her Christine advice on massaging and how it works and everything? You're gonna get chafing and stuff if you're doing massages. If that's what his thing is, you're gonna get chafing if you keep massaging in the same place with shirts on. That's why if you've ever gone to get a massage, you don't have clothes on. Or at least like in that spot. Do you know what I mean? It's just not making sense. Like I said, guys, the math ain't math. And you know we're going to be diving into this deeper. You know that we're going to be looking at more when things come out. We just are. We need to figure this thing out. I know who does know the truth, though. The wives do. I can't guarantee you they've never had a conversation about this. So yes, Kody was probably able to manipulate all four of them into how he wanted based on how they were behaving, based on him wanting to punish people. I can see it. I can totally see it. Right, Joanne? I mean, that's what I think. Joanne says, I think it was just Christine that he made wear Mormon garments. It's just not adding up, is it? It's not making sense. What? Enjoy Your Day said, I have the book and I'm pretty sure it says Robyn changed the garment rule. When this comes out, I'm going to be so excited. Because we need to get to the bottom of this. We have so many questions. So many. So like I said, there is a free way to get this. I'm hooking this up for you guys. Okay. So like I said, the link is in the chat. It's in the description. It's going to be in the comment section. Click on the link. And when you click on the link, it's going to take you here. So there's so many of you that have already signed up. I see you. So thank you so much. It goes right here. You click on this. It'll be $0 with membership. And then it's $0. Enjoy a free trial. 30 days. It's only an 8-hour length. Reading or listening. So sign up. Do it. And we're going to have a lot to discuss. We're going to have a lot to dissect. It's going to be something. So with that being said, did you guys get yours? Let me know. Let me know. With that being said, let's, I didn't get to do this yesterday and I apologize for that. But what was warranted today, we always pick out one of our little music videos that we do that is relevant to the discussion at hand. And so you guys have an excellent night. Thank you for coming. Let me know what you have to say in the comment section. Did I miss anything? We had so many questions. If you have the answers to those questions, you guys, put it in the comment section so we could go over it again tomorrow. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you to my mods. Thank you to my members. Thank you to my subscribers, OGs and new. Love you. Love the replay watchers. Love my live watchers. Thanks for the support. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the questions, the comments. You guys are amazing. And with that, Kody, you earned this one. I will see you very soon, guys. Love you. Bye.
Well, I should just be the devil I think I am now.
Walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour. Got demons. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on money, that's on TV, that's on mamas. Nigga, don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging all that face. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street. Flexing for what feature, that's like every other week. Talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Hold up.